Hi and welcome back to Film Pickle. I am Pushkaraj
And I'm Rohan Nag.
and today we are reviewing all the Planet of the Apes movies. The entire franchise basically since
All
Dawn
seven of them, I think.
all seven of them.
All seven.
But we'll be just browsing through them since Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is coming up. Have you seen the originals?
I have seen every single one of them, including the 2001 Tim Burton. I won't call it a remake, more like a mistake.
I actually liked that one, but we'll go back to the original, the first
The
Planet of the Apes movie.
1968.
Yeah, the original. I had seen it when I was in school. Best part is the ending still sticks in my head. It is brilliant. The ending was brilliant.
If you have not watched it, sorry, I can give spoilers of a 50-year-old movie. They say they did it, damn it, they did it.
Yeah.
We finally really did it. You maniac!
The ending of the original Planet of the Apes is considered one of the best movie endings of all time. It actually features in the top 10 best movie endings of all time. And I think it deserves to be there. It was absolutely mind-blowing. Throughout the movie, you never expected that to be the end. You are expecting something bizarre, they get off and everything, but that movie just grips you. And then started all the series of
B-movie.
B-grade movies, rip-offs of the same.
If you have not seen the movie, I think that's where you should start with the franchise. Charlton Heston in his pretty much iconic role as a wronged hero. The entire planet is full of apes and he is a space traveler. And you know why the ending is so great? Because in the starting of the movie, they give us a hint that they are very far away from Earth. So just in case you are thinking, oh, this is the same place, the film misdirects you. And by the middle of the movie, you are pretty sure it's not Earth.
You have believed in the concept that this is not Earth.
It's some 320 light years away from Earth.
Yeah.
The Charlton Heston, the hero, says that twice.
Well, where are we? Do you have any notions, Skipper?
We're some 320 light years from Earth on an unnamed planet in orbit around a star in the constellation of Orion.
And I'm like, okay, fine, bola hai to that must be true. And then in the end, you see a fucked up Statue of the Liberty.
You see a Statue of Liberty that's entirely broken down and fallen there, and it's like a perfect magic trick, as a magician would put it. Perfect
It's the
misdirection.
Prestige.
It is the Prestige. Throughout the movie, have been misdirected. Oh, this is not Earth, this is not Earth, this is not Earth. And the end it comes and smashes in the face. It was brilliant. And then it gave birth to this series of stupid B-grade movies that came on
Which
this
came
line,
out from
which was
1970.
utter rubbish, and I should gouge my eyes out for watching those. I don't want to watch them ever again.
Just to recap on the old movies. This came out from 1970 to 1973. 3 years, 5 movies. That's a lot of movies. 4 or 5 movies.
Like a TV series.
And they had a TV series too
Yeah.
in 1974 called Planet of the Apes. Do not watch it. It's bad. I have downloaded and seen it. It's bad. The movies, the sequels are not as bad as he says. You can see them, but don't expect the same quality as the 1968 film. There is one movie called Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. It is very similar to the current movie. It has apes being mistreated. It's decent, so you guys can check it out. Coming to the 2001 Tim Burton movie, which has
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg and his wife in it.
Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter, Tim Burton's wife, who is in all his movies. But
Every single one.
I think she looks cute as an ape though. And the funny part about the original is, I think it's very MCP in a way, because Charles Heston goes to the
Charlton. Sorry, it's Charlton.
Charles goes to the jungle or this planet or wherever, and he finds a bikini babe as a heroine out there living with the apes. Like what? He finds the hottest, gorgeous woman on the planet that time playing the heroine, and which is alright, okay.
There is a male fan. There's a perfect
There's
male
a perfect
fantasy.
male fantasy, exactly.
I get stranded on a
and
planet full of apes
and that
then I'm a hot
continues.
babe.
And that continues in Tim Burton's version. Mark Wahlberg comes to this whole jungle Planet of the Apes, and he finds this hot, luscious looking babe living in the jungle. I bet if you actually put that woman in the jungle, she won't last a single day out there. But
What's
yeah,
her name again?
I have no idea of her name. Her name is not exactly the things I remember of her. Coming back to the 2001 version, I actually like the way it's been shot, it's been treated. It feels like an action film, a little bit of a thriller. I like the way the apes have been made. Sorry, if I say monkeys, the apes would kill me. Yeah. So in the 2001 version, one of the apes actually gets angry at Mark Wahlberg for calling him a monkey, he says that monkeys are way down the evolutionary ladder, just somewhere below humans. No, sorry, above humans.
Above humans.
Above humans, yeah. So I actually enjoyed. I've watched it plenty of times. I love the way he's treated it. It feels like an action film. It feels of this age. Right? It lacks the powerful twist that the original had, but it's good enough. It carries its weight.
It too had a twist.
Yeah. It had the same twist, but in a different way.
See, you know what I did like about the movie? There's a massive action scene where in the end the ape army attacks, and the way the apes move, and that is brilliant.
It's perfect. You see the
Yes.
movements. It feels
Yes,
perfect.
they move
You
on
don't
four
think,
feet,
yeah, you
four
don't
feet.
think that they are men in costumes moving around
Exactly.
pretending to be apes.
That
They look
was
and
good.
feel like apes.
That was pretty good. Story not so much. The ending was like they wanted to put a twist. That's why they did it. There was no other reason. There's an Abe Lincoln in there. What is that called? An Abe Lincoln?
Ape Link. Alright, coming to the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the apes, the animation that we spoke of, which Tim Burton brought out, actually works very well in this one too. As in here they took it to the next level. You can
It's all
actually
CG.
see the emotions on the face of the apes. It is CG, but it's brilliantly done.
Brilliant.
I loved Caesar for. I think for half a year I was doing the whole hand gesture thing that Caesar keeps doing.
With whom?
Anyway, out of the question. Anyway, it's very cute. Caesar is adorable. I love the way the emotional.
So you wanted permission for what?
Shut up! Alright.
Sorry.
I love the way the ape has been modeled. I love the emotional angle they have brought to it. You feel for the apes, you want to connect with them, you feel that they have been wronged, and therefore when they strike, you actually feel good for them actually breaking out. You know, you can actually put yourself in the place of the apes. The way it's been directed, it's really well done. I enjoyed it, and it actually made me look forward to the next one, which is coming up
Next
now.
week.
And it brought a really scientific, evaluative angle to the entire how the apes become the superior breed on Earth, which was an explanation long needed, I think from 1968 till now, that how did the apes actually become
See, there was a
superior
difference. In
breed?
1968, the logic was humanity died, and then in 2000 years, the apes have come up, which I think it's poor science.
Yeah, because in 2000
you
years
need,
you can't develop that much.
you need
what,
maybe
what Rise of the Apes,
150,000 years.
what the Rise of the Apes gave us is that
It's an evolutionary
evolution
jump.
factor. It
Yeah.
boosts the evolution to the point that they actually become superior to humans in their capacity to think with their opposable thumbs. They learn to use it. So it gave a scientific evaluation as to how and why, which is why I love this new reboot that they have done, and it's an extremely successful reboot according to me. I would definitely be going to watch the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I think
And
you'll
we
go to-
recommend you should watch the first movie, because otherwise I think it will not make much of a sense.
Yeah, I totally suggest you go watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes and then go to watch Dawn of the Planet
Some
of
of
the
the
Apes.
some of the bad things about that movie, brilliant as it is, it has Frida Pinto in it.
Yeah, with a pointless role. I
The
don't
pointless
know
role.
why she was
She
there.
didn't do anything in the movie at all.
Yeah,
Like nothing. Good things about the movie, how human Caesar is.
yeah.
He is so
Really
human. Even as a child, it's
It's
done brilliantly.
adorable.
It's actually, I'm out of words to describe how awesome it is. So watch that movie and check out our review coming up next week.
Alright.
For Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
See ya.
Sign off.